Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and this could be the most laughable statement from a legacy guy. But well, this at this point when it comes to a company like Sony, it's just proven that they were all full of shit all along. They are snakes. This is what all of this statement is giving to me. So, former Sensor Station executive Sean Layden is not a fan of subscription model like Game Pass. You say, oh, you don't believe so, but because you were the one in the first place to get it. Well, but I have even something more to add about this guy. So, under the subscription model, the developer essentially becomes a quote-unquote wage slave. He asks, funny how you say that, since those developers, even when they used to create something good, they were wage slaves because at the end of the day, if something actually hit shit tons of money. For example, like something like GTA 5, well, I have news for you. You don't pay for all of those developers. You pay for your investors, your shareholders, and your fucking overpaid salary, despite that you didn't command shit. It was all of this. Oh man, nepotism hire, yeah, siding with the correct crowd to, well, jerk each other off and get that money. Well, anyone once that was competent enough to pull out a product, yeah, you were constantly trying to cut them costs. Yeah, they wasteless. Yeah, this guy is full of shit. They're not creating value, they're putting it in the marketplace, hoping it explodes and profit sharing. Well, if you are someone that did something from scratch, like all of those double A's, or even better, indie developers that are making like games back in their garage house, their rooms, and any single chance doing it, or for the sake of fun, making something that they will jump themselves without censoring themselves, which is something that I also care of. Yeah, with the less budget, creating something fun. Well, what is the fucking problem? Alright, it's because you didn't come up with this idea in the first place. Now let's continue. When explores and profits and shares and overages and all kind of stuff is just you pay me X dollars an hour, I build you again. Here I go, put it in your servers. Trying to tell like he is defending AAA development, and it goes to show you even more how this fucker is a snake. So, considering the subscription model for rented games started with Sony, but well, he wanted to make something like Game Pass only because actually people made them jump and trying that. Hey, games at launch. But well, all model subscriptions with PS Plus was just while getting older games. Well, you were renting on them because you still needed to be paying that subscription just to get access to that. But well, since we are talking about this fucking retard, even the before that statement, he went to something like this. Former Sensor Station US boss Sean Layden says the price of video games should have increased with every new generations to cover the tighter margins created by increases in development costs. And I don't want to click the BGC, but well, we need to laugh because yeah, probably they're just putting it in the word and that yeah, we are going to enjoy it at least for now. So you have seen the headline. So Leiden, who was chairman of the company at Worldwide Studio Group when he left Sony in 2019. Remember, this fucker. Think people blame Jim Ryan because of the censorship in Sony. No, no. The censorship was already been in place because of this piece of shit. This fucking retard is responsible of this. Jim Ryan made it so much fucking worse because of the light service model. Oh hey, remember who it is in when all of these decisions with the PSB that started and so many other examples of bad practices. So let's see. Shared his talks on video games pricing in a new feature by Game Industry.biz. On the topic of game prices increases up to $80, Lydie noted that the cost of the premium games has stated the same for 20 years despite the combination of increased development costs and inflation. Yeah, every single time blaming on inflation. What if that's not a problem for indie developers and double A's? What is that even with the same kind of tight budget, they can make something decent? Alright, because the ones working in those projects actually care of what the product they care of. Someone like Leiden, he's just telling this shit just to try like in his last way to help Sony and this fucking diet AAA industry to trick any retard that is a blindless consumer to keep giving money and accepting $80 as the new norm, despite that we are seeing how games from even PS3 are way better, more enjoyable, have more content, they are complete, and they don't break like modern day games are. Imagine having a PC that costs the same amount as buying a used car in a tier world country, and you cannot even run the game after even you paid $80 on top of a game that already has DRM. And with consoles, buying a fucking console that still you have to pay for fucking subscription just to get to access to online. Well, buy the game that you're buying with this 8 game that is still breaking, doesn't work, it's glitchy, actually overheats the fucking piece of plastic, man. Yeah, this fucking moron, man. Yeah, this is Sony in general. But we are seeing it at least in the past. Yeah, things weren't bad as things as it used to be back in the day. But we are seeing who are primarily responsible a lot of these problems. So let's continue. So I think it's because everyone is afraid, he suggested. No one wants to be the first one to raise the price because you're afraid to lose traffic. So what you do is you add it into your operating income, your profit margin. It's fucking rich that this fucker is saying something like that. Where, when back in the day during the PS1 announcement that people have narrated that story, when Sega announced the Dreamcast and these fuckers immediately after waited. And then when the price of that Sega console was announced, they immediately say, "Oh yeah, we're selling this at an even lower price." So they humiliated the competence by taking advantage of who is going to be the ones to price their stuff. Yeah, and they did it over and over again. But well, until even Microsoft humiliate them with the Xbox Series, even before all of the fucking shit show that both companies did with the price increase. Yeah, Xbox announced their console with a cheaper price than their fucking PlayStation 5, and we have seen the performance of that of both humiliating now Sony. They focus too much on saying, "Oh yeah, my platform." Yeah, yeah, and this company having this fucking corpus from the past and just representing with more of the same. Yeah, what this any of this got this company keeps supporting here. So let's continue. Leiden said that by charging the same price for games while increasing game budgets at the same time, it's inevitable that companies make less net profit as a result. Well, I got news for you. If you're dumping so much fucking money, no, I have to change my word. If you are burning like it was a coal train, like it was some kind of fucking fuel to make a dog shit like Conquer, you are the problem. Management is the problem. The developers are the problem. I have to say this again. This fucker is so full of shit. Yeah, even like this fucker Bill Spencer. That yeah, even the Xboxers finally catch on. Oh, we need to justify the increasing on cost because the pricing it needs to be $80 because development cost has increased. Is that's not my fucking business? In the past, even back with other markets like the car manufacturers, they reduced some budget. They actually scrapped part of their cars and created new models and sold it as well a limited production, and they still sold because Hey, they knew the target audience. These fuckers don't even know what target audience it is. So let's continue. There were more sports cars in the parking lots in the PS1 era than there were in the PS4 era. Because if you're selling 20 million units at $60 for something that only costs 10 millions to make, that's different than selling 20 million units at $60 for something that costs you 160 millions to make. He explained it. I don't need to fucking go again with that explanation with the cars. If they were tight budgets, and they developers, the people in charge knew what they were doing. Hey, they were making a profit. All of this burning of money is because these fuckers they don't know how to manage proper video games projects, proper development, because they ditched it all of the way. Even back in the day with the PS3, Xbox 360 era, and PC era at that time, we still had video games that they were not top notch in graphics, but they put a lot of attention to detail like wind details, water physics, crash physics, shooting physics, impact bullets physics. A lot of stuff was more detailed, and even now we are seeing that even the AAA modern day slot in graphics perform even worse. So the excuse of my graphics that they were using back in the day is not there anymore. In fact, just compare boogie shit Far Cry 6 versus Ubisoft Far Cry 2 or even Far Cry 3 and see all the difference. The difference is fucking there. And this fucking Corpo saying this, he's just trying to do this shit just to see who can bite the bait and trick themselves to just accept $80 is the new norm. I keep saying, double A indies that keep giving you the stuff you want are the future, and if it's not the case for you, for what you're searching, you can go and sell the 7 Cs and search your backlog catalog. So, according to the article, Layden then said that games should have increased in price with every new generation. Bullshit. That instead the industry's mantra has been, quote unquote, as long as we grow, even though we're not making money, somehow we can die. If you're not making a profit and you keep sucking investors to bailing you out, this fucking snake, man, seriously. I don't know what else to tell you with that. The cost of construction is just way too high, he said. If you're going to spend over 200 million to build a game, your margins are super tight unless you can expect to sell 25 million units. Now, I'm going to stop here. Unless you're Rockstar, you should not expect to sell 25 million units. I'm going to stop you there again. I have read them many times. Concord costed more than the development of GTA 5. Rockstar Games had people with talent, and even if that talent was seen in Red Dead Redemption 2 for the most part, in attention to detail. They knew how to put resources, even working with these fucking disgusting tight schedules for gaming releases, primarily because you had people that knew what they were doing. They were putting out with the crunch hours. But yeah, the corpo are going to claim, oh yeah, we love that. We are delivering this on time. We love we are doing this crunch. Yeah, and you wonder what even non-new developers want to stick to that. They are seeing that they can success better if they go indie. They are not going to make like the shit tons millions of dollars like GTA 5, but if you are someone that even created something like $1,000, $10 even of a project for a video game, and people is buying your game. Imagine you made a game with a $10 budget, but it's kinda in entertainment in a way, and you're just selling it for $1 or half an dollar, and what 1,000 people, 10,000 people ends up buying your game, it's a success. You already got your $10 back. You already got your investment back. But these fuckers, they don't know how to do that. They put all these bloated executives in higher positions with their big paychecks, and they can get their golden parachutes after they fuck out so much. And then they have these management positions and human resources department to hire DEI activists. The only thing they care of is how they want to change the company to stop supporting a country that is miles away only because they don't like what they are doing there. Well, I don't like them. I don't like the other side either. But why should I care when they are happening worst parts in my country and I have an even better one? Since you are supposed to deliver a product that I actually willing to pay, well, why is this fucking virtual signal? Well, yeah, these fuckers are so full of shit. They were always like this. I think wokeness is what made this thing evident to everyone else. So he also noted that they already been kind of moving the median price point up anyway, even if the base price hasn't been rising thanks to the use of microtransactions and deluxe editions of games that are which acts extra in-game content that has almost zero cost to make. Look how they with all of those light services that they already paid $70 and they are want you to pay you $80 with no way of assurance to get them to play ever again after they shut down the servers, just like the group game. But they were filled with microtransactions. It's the first things that they actually put the extra effort. The game can be broken, buggy mess, but well, the cash shop, the microtransaction store, oh no, those ones work so perfectly. And of course, it's funny how this fucker is saying this when they were also adopting microtransactions into their games. Hell, how can we forget that this company for physical media, they added exclusive DLC content with aspirational codes. The expiration of codes for their own even exclusives. Oh yeah, if you want to get this one, the only chance is if you redeem this code now or it is going to be too late. Yeah, it happened to me when I bought a brand new copy of Killzone 3. I remember that shit. It still disgusts me to this day, and that's why I call out Nintendo when they put in that shit in that game key cards. Because they're doing it with the Street Fighter 6 release. But well, let's continue. We're almost at 10. They said, okay, what if we maintain the price and then we nickel and dime you with the DLC, microtransactions, battle pass, season pass, whatever you want to call it, and try to make it out the excess there, he explained. But you were okay with all of this shit. The only thing is, you dropped the ship after the ship was already burning, after you helped to move headquarters to California and the dissolving of the Japanese branch as a whole. Yeah, Sony is not Japanese. They have Japanese snakes operating there because they want to trick what is remaining of the Japanese market that they still have a bright idea. I keep saying, hey, pay even to those Japanese developers. Look at your alleged legacy inspirational developers out there. Look how they fucked themselves up in the name of AAA. You can say the only exception is Hidetaka Miyazaki with the FromSoft and all of their Souls games. But that's the only one, and they take their time. This company disgusts me. Sony is like this. They're so full of shit. Ah, man. And even when they're pushing the $80, yeah, Microsoft was the first one to fold. They folded because the fucking pre-orders should have been so fucking abysmally low. Primarily because no, I'm not going to put up with this shit. Even if we are going to give me something even less. Nah, I'm done. Even the normies for once are stopping being blind as consumers and they are waking the fuck up. And one of the best examples of that argument is looking how indie games are still succeeding and how even companies like Xbox are jumping on the ship, they are just dropping like flies. That's it. Thanks for watching and please take care.